Welcome everybody back to another episode on the vlog. We're over here at Chris's place. Hello, Chris. This is one thing I've never heard of before. Chris has been talking about it for a while and I'm like, what? Pretty much what we're talking about today is this creation. This thing right here. This is what we're going to talk about today. I have no idea anything about it. All I know is a VQ. It's a VQ, but with a 37 bottom and 35 heads. Yeah. It's a Frankenstein engine. I've heard Frankenstein engines in the past about Honda stuff, but I've never heard of a Nissan Frankenstein. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But that's what we're here to find out today. Why that exists, the reasons it exists, and is it for you? I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. All right, Chris. We all went ahead and we heard the fancy smancy YouTube introduction. What really is going on here?
So here we got a 3.7 bottom end with a 3.5 heads, VHR bottom, HR head. So this motor originally came out like a QX50. So the reason why I went with a 3.7 over a 3.5, still stock bottom end, but it's a lot easier to find a 3.7 more than a 3.5.
Okay.
So I choose the 3.7 route because it was a lot easier to find with lower mileage.
Yeah, because I guess mostly this engine was originally a HR engine, which was only produced 2 years.
Yeah.
So the chance of finding an HR engine is pretty slim, right?
Yeah. It only came in G35s, 350s, I believe the M35 and the QX35.
Did it really come in a G35?
Yeah, G35 sedan, 07, 08.
07, 08, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, dang. Okay.
I had one, the white one.
Yeah, okay. Beside having it readily available, get a lower mile one, why don't you just keep the VHR heads? Why did you put the HR heads on the VHR bottom?
So if I could have kept the VHR complete motor, but to make the VHR to work, I would have to get a whole different harness and an ECU to make it work.
Okay, because I guess the VVL and stuff is different.
Yeah, you got the VVL, VVEL.
So, but the other one, the conversion is in the harness, not necessarily the engine.
Yeah.
But in this, the harness doesn't change. The engine itself changes.
Yes.
And because I guess it's the bottom, that is the newer part, there's not much that changes. You could change over the knock sensor and the crank sensor and stuff. All that changes over.
They're all the same.
Oh, they're all the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Knock sensor, crank sensor, they're all the same.
So is there any other benefits to have a VHR bottom to this instead of a DE bottom? Oh, sorry, HR bottom.
What I've been told, the VHR can hold a little bit more power than the HR, but not by much, you know. It's still a stock bottom end.
It's a stock bottom, right?
Yeah, I mean, it can probably hold a little bit more than a 3.5.
HR.
Yeah.
Not DE, HR, okay. What's another positive of doing this?
Positive doing this, a little bit more stronger than the 3.5.
And so, and the little strength over the 3.5, is that in the bottom end casing? Is that in the components?
It's the components, the crank, the rods, and the pistons.
A little bit stronger also?
It's a little bit stronger than the 3.5 HR.
What are the negatives about doing this conversion?
The negative? I don't have any negatives on it.
Really? So it's all up. It's a lower miles, more readily available, it's cheaper.
Yeah, there's, you know, the 37 VHR was available from 09, starting 09 to what?
When the sport model came out, the 2010 model. So 2010 model
till 2014 model, or 20, I believe it's 2014, 2015.
Okay.
The last model of the obvious the 370 was the 2021 or 22. I believe it's 2021 was the last year for the 370. You can correct me for that.
Well, no, well, I think probably they just sold out whatever they had remaining. I don't think they did a 2022 model year. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because 2023 was the RZ34.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can see that. And yeah, sometimes messing with the harness is way worse than Frankenstein and an engine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So this is really, once you put the heads on, really it's just plug and play.
So to go over, first of all, most people know this car. Everybody loves this car. It's a pretty cool build. Unfortunately that the HR blew a hole, but it was due to washing down your gas. Somebody was feeling a little, check the face, check the guilty face.
A little spicy, you know.
Someone's feeling a little spicy, put on that flame tune, that pop, wash down the oil. Kind of lower the viscosity of it.
Yes, for sure.
For sure lower the viscosity of it, and then with a high boost, it just went pow. But you take your time. This is a beautiful thing. One thing on the island, we like to say, there's a phrase, boy have belly. And what that is, it means that you're good and you can stomach stuff. So there's not a lot of people out there right now in this day and age that will do such a build with limited information out there. Forums don't really exist anymore. How did you find out about this? And where did you get your information from?
I got my information from, my tuner, John from C1. Also, there was forums out there, but not that much information about doing this Frankenstein build. I asked a couple people, like Facebook friends, so they give me advice how to do it, and I just went from there.
So the one thing we try to do here right now is try to kind of bring that forward, right? Try to bring it to the people, show everybody there's a cheaper option. So what we're saying right now, we're not saying go ahead, rip out your HR bottom, throw in a VHR bottom, boost away, have fun. No, this is not a replacement for a fully built motor. If you want to push over 600, 650, that's where you really get sketchy with a VQ. Build an engine. You want to do something like this, you push a nice 500, close to 600 fringe a little bit.
It should hold 600.
It should, yeah.
Yeah, also, this is not the motor I'm going to be running fully. It's just, I really want to get this car back on the road. So that's why I just went the quickest way option. So I just did this motor for a side, and I got a 3.7 block. It's going to be built after I get this running.
So when that gets built, you're still going to do a Frankenstein.
Yeah, I am.
But you're just going to have a stronger bottom to hold the boost.
Yeah, so the 3.7, 3.5, they're the same block. The only difference is the crank, the rods, and the pistons.
Okay. So to make this conversion work.
Good for NA though.
Good for NA?
If you want to do an NA setup, it's really reliable for some, if you want to try to make like 400 VHR bottom and some cams and the right tune.
So just in a nutshell, well, not a nutshell. Another thing to note is that when you do change the bottom, and because the piston configuration, crank, stroke, everything is different, that does change the ratio, right?
Yes.
So what's the existing ratio of the stock motor?
So the HR is a 10:6.
Okay.
VHR is a 11:1. So this is a higher compression motor.
Okay, so just by bolting, because of the bottom and the heads, it is 11:1, right? Technically 11:1 right now?
Yes.
Okay. So you're pretty much also, because of the high compression, you're going to run E85.
Yes, we're going to run full E85. So since the higher compression, it'll be, we'll make the same amount of power with less boost.
Right, less boost. It'll be run cooler, E85 run cooler and stuff like that.
Yes.
That's cool to note. So tell us what you got going on here. So, well, first of all, before that, tell us what you did to make this bottom end bolt on. Or did it just bolt on? Is it a bolt-on or fair?
Yeah, direct bolt on.
Really? Say that again.
This is a direct bolt on.
Okay, so how could it be a Frankenstein if it's a direct bolt-on? There's no conversion, no changes or little water passages or anything you had to block out or redirect?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, you know, the block is pretty much the same.
So
How dice
is
did
it really that easy?
Yeah, it's really... So, to do a VHR bottom, all you need is a VHR bottom. I have not modified the pistons, rods, and the crank.
I mean, it's pretty cool, but I still can't get over the fact that this is entirely a bolt-on affair. There was no holes to cover. There was no passages or valleys to open or close. Everything just bolted on.
Yep.
And there's no negatives. Readily available, price, stronger. That's pretty the way to go. Do people notice? I've never heard of a Frankenstein engine until you told me about it.
Yeah. The VQ community does know about this belt, especially for like HR people.
Okay. Okay, so in the HR world is more prominent, I guess, yeah, because of availability and stuff like that. But that's pretty cool. There's nothing, so like there's nothing, I still don't get how there's no conversion.
There's no, like, it's literally just direct bolt on. My original motor, the 3.5 HR, it you know, blew a hole.
Yeah, a little side window.
Yeah, blew a hole. Once that blew, it also it ruined the whole motor. You know, there's no saving that motor. Heads was completely ruined.
So these are heads from another.
Yeah, so these heads I got it off my friend. Also, he actually blew his motor too. This head came out also a boosted Nismo. You know, I took it to the machine shop. Everything got redone.
All washed out, cleaned up. And
yeah, redone. All new valves, springs, retainer, just OEM. Just then resurfaced the surface. Have a nice clean surface on it.
Resurface the surface.
Huh?
I know what you mean by it, but it just sounds funny, surface. So tell me about this build here. Like what's new have you added?
So what's new, you know,
I see a super damper there.
we got a ATI super damper. So we got some C1 headers. These are original DE headers, you know. So we cut that off, V-band it, because I was tired of blowing exhaust gaskets.
On what kit do you have?
So I have a boosted performance turbo kit.
And those factory headers went to this Y section. And you always were blowing, which side was it? It was the long side, right?
Both sides.
It was both sides you're blowing gaskets?
Yeah.
So you said while it's out, no more messing with that junk. You went ahead and got V-bands. Nice. Put it into that shit.
Yeah. So V-band it. These are DE headers. So the turbo manifold was originally HR VHR flange. Cut that off. V-band.
So you don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Are those poly mounts?
These are the C1 poly mounts,
Yeah.
motor mounts.
And then you painted the
I painted the
timing
timing
cover.
cover, you know, just wrinkled black.
Yeah. So it's pretty much ready to go in now.
Yep.
Okay.
And also I had to get a new oil cooler because, you know, after blowing the motor, metal shaving got in all the oil passes.
So let's talk about this also, since we're talking about the rebirth. What is the name of the car, by the way? Does she have a name? Or does he have a name? Does it have a name? Huh?
No.
So have you done anything with this, or you just ready to just pull out, put in?
Pull out, put in, you know. Before it blew, I did the CJM S1 fuel return. While the motor's out, this is still the stock radiator, but I got a coil radiator to go in. Upgraded the clutch to a twin disc.
Oh yeah, let's show them this bad boy.
So we went with a C-Speed twin disc clutch. Also with the C-Mac external slave.
Yes, because you have the JK because VHR. Well,
Yeah.
VHR is JK. You're gonna be clanking. There you go.
So there, I choose this one. There's two versions. You know, you got the C1 and you got the C-Speed. The C1, my turbo kit would not work on that.
Just as how the auto arm is.
How
the actuator and
it's
stuff.
designed. So went with the C-Speed external slave. Right now, for Blue, I ran the C-Speed heavy duty slave,
Right.
which also was still an internal slave.
But how long has it been down now?
I blew it right before Thanksgiving.
Okay. Cool.
So I've been down, what, 3 months? 3 or 4 months.
So I learned something today. But is it even right to call it a Frankenstein engine? Put in the comments if we should call it a Frankenstein engine, if it just bolts up. There was actually no conversion really needed. No oil passages to plug or drill, no coolant passages to change. Everything bolt right up. It's pretty much, in the most simplest form, a VHR bottom end with HR heads.
Yeah.
And everything bolted up. The timing back to the front cover, the heads, cams, everything is all HR with simple VHR bottom. Is that a Frankenstein engine? I don't know. But it's pretty cool that the HR community has come up with this to keep these awesome freaking cars running. Lately, my love for a 370 has been falling off, and I've been loving the shit out of a 350 lately. I do not know why. Ever since that trip down to Georgia for Z1, and I was just following all those guys in those Nismos, those 350 Nismos, I've been loving the hell out of a 350. 350! But if you didn't notice either, and if you learned something today, definitely hit a like, hit a sub, follow Senor Chris's Instagram. It'll be in the description. Give him a like, follow along. He should be putting this day in the next day or two.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Should probably go this weekend.
Next weekend?
Or this weekend.
Started and running?
No, not started. I don't know about started.
Just in.
Just in.
All right. So go ahead. Follow the man. Let's get this inside here. Bump start it. And then make some boost on the road. And until then, guys, y'all take it easy.